Super Mayhem.
Hello friends, it's Tim here again from Super Mayhem. Oh! And today we have a sweet list for all you video game cheaters out there. Today we're going to take a look at some of the best and most memorable video game cheats so far. So strap yourself in, whack a like on this bad boy, and most importantly smash subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already, as we take on an adventure down cheating lane. Destination? Funsville. The Nintendo Entertainment System was a huge step forward in video game achievement, selling millions of units and bringing families together since 1985. Whilst we all know of the Konami code, up up, down down, left right, BA, there were a few other cheats for other games as well. Nothing unlocked the cheating goodness like the peripheral known as the Game Genie though. Yes, I know I talk a lot about this add-on on this channel, that's only because it's so freaking good! For the first cheat though, I'm going to talk about Super Mario Bros. 2, and more specifically about the cheat code that enables infinite flight. Just enter the code ANNEEGEY and off you go, zooming through levels like Walt won't know what hit him. This is particularly fun when you use Luigi though, as his little legs get moving like he's doing some old style jig. Whilst you do need a Game Genie to get this cheat working, it's still a cheat, and this is my list, damn it. If I want to include an old woman using a walking stick as a cheat, I'll do that too. What's that, Sonny? Shut up, Grandma, I'm doing one of my videos. The Nintendo 64 was almost the golden age of video game cheats. Whether it was entering codes in the special cheat area, passing levels in certain time frames, or just plain old unlockable content, the N64 was where it was at least back in the mid to late 90s. Sure, I could talk about games like Turok and Turok 2 with the pen and ink modes or infinite weapons and ammo, but instead I want to talk about a more subtle cheat that can be unlocked in GoldenEye 64. You know what I'm about to say, DK mode baby. You can keep your golden guns and your paintball bullets, I want them big heads and long arms. For many this would have probably been their first introduction to cheats in GoldenEye, because it is relatively easy to obtain. Simply complete the runway level on Agent in 5 minutes or less. Not the toughest of cheats to unlock, but definitely one of the funnest and most memorable. If you are like me and somehow stuck somewhere in the 90s, then this cheat code will have definitely influenced your life. Back in the day there was a lot of uproar about violence in video games. What could and could not be shown was always a little bit tricky for developers to work out. However, there is a classic Sega Genesis code for Mortal Kombat that made this particular version of the game more sought after even than the Super Nintendo version. On the Code of Honor screen, simply enter the button combo ABACABB. If you have done this correctly, then the text will turn yellow and you will hear Scorpion say his token, "Get over here." Get over here! So, what does this simple cheat do? It enables blood in the game. This was a big deal when you were a kid. It somehow enhanced the game and gave it that bit more illusion of gore. It's not much when you look at the recent Mortal Kombat games and their intense head-splitting action, but for the 16-bit era we had to take what we could get. Does your palette require something a little more modern? Well, how about you smash Super Mario 3D World into your gob? There isn't a whole lot to say about this cheat except that it's pretty easy to do and is almost a standard in the Super Mario series in general. All you have to do is unlock World 1, 2, be big with a mushroom, and then go to what's referred to as the Koopa Cave, which is a little underground area near the start of the level. Grab the turtle shell from the Koopa, head to the little cave opening, and directly face the wall, and then release the shell and then jump. If you do it right, you will get stuck in an infinite loop of extra lives. In fact, you will be able to max out your lives before the time limit ends of the level, which will leave you with the odd number of 1,110 lives. That's a go, hey? We can't have a cheat list without including some good old-fashioned coin. And what better video game to get money in than something like Sims 4? You gotta build them crazy houses and feed the buggers after all, and that ain't cheap. There are money cheats for just about all the Sims games, But in the 4th installation of the series, all you have to do is open your console by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C and then enter in the code motherlode for a whopping 50,000 simoleons. You can also try codes like Kaching or Rosebud from previous Sims games, which will give you $1,000, which is still pretty handy too. If you want to go wild with it, then enter testingcheats true in your console and then type in money and the amount you like. So for example, money 50,000, and bam, you just got yourself 50,000 simoleons. There are a few other neat money hacks for the game that the YouTuber Deligracy put together, and you can find that full video in the description below. So let's see here, we've looked at flying, big heads, cash and lives. Now it's time to bring out the big guns, literally. It's at this point where most lists would turn to the classic Doom God Mode cheat that is IDDQD and makes you invincible, but I wanted to take a look at something a bit different. Let's have a closer look at GTA 5 and a simple code that will have you unlocking all weapons in a jiffy. Simply enter Y, RT, left, LB, A, right, X, LB times 3. If this isn't fun enough for you, then how about unlocking max health and armor as well? Simply press B, LB, Y, RT, A, X, B, right, X, LB times 3 again. Now you're free to take on the cops, blow up some people, or just run around and wreak havoc, GTA style. If the cops keep getting you down, you can even enter a cheat code that will make you invincible for 5 minutes at a time. With the Xbox One controller, the code is right A, right, left, right, RB, right, left, A, Y. So enjoy. Originally released on October 15th, 1997, Age of Empires fast became one of the most popular real-time strategy games out there. There have since been releases of newer versions with upgrades to graphics and mobs and such, but there is something nostalgic and just plain good about the original version. However, if you are tired with the traditional gameplay, you might be interested in this cheat. Simply press enter during the game and type the code Big Daddy, all in caps. What's it do besides sounding totally badass? Well, it spawns what's called a WinZZ, which is a car that is modelled after the 1995 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Pretty sweet, eh? Well, on top of this incredibly fast sports car, it also houses someone with a rocket launcher inside. Naturally, this can do insane damage, even at great range. It can destroy a freaking house in one shot, and is easily the fastest type of unit in the game. So go ahead, spawn a bunch of these bad boys and take the game to the next level. And finally here we will end with one of the most annoying cheats in gaming. Counter-Strike is well known for being a hacked game, and when you come across a hacker, it is one of the most frustrating experiences one can have. But you still have to admire the skill of a hacker making a patch or a hack for the game, especially if it bypasses Steam's hack detection. Whether it is seeing players through walls, ignoring smoke and flashbangs, or just the good old-fashioned auto headshot, CS has its fair share of hacks and hackers. I personally have always questioned why one would bother hacking a game like Counter-Strike, as there isn't much benefit other than pissing people off and seeing your name at the top of the scoreboard until an admin bans you. Either way, I felt the need to add this as our last hack, as it is possibly the most annoying cheat in video game history, and I'm sure many a keyboard has been smashed because of it. Anyway, that's it for today friends. I really hope you enjoyed these awesome video game cheats with me. If you did, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe and all that good stuff too. And as always, a huge thank you to Jacob Clark for being our first Patreon, and as I mentioned in our last video, we also have a new addition to the Mayhem family, Jeffrey Funk, who is our newest Patreon. If you want to join the Mayhem cause, then please take a look over at our Patreon page in the description and pledge as much or as little as you can. Each bit helps with web servers, domains, content creation, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really appreciated guys, and I hope to see you there. Anyway, that's it for today friends, I'll see you soon.